Good morning, everybody. Joe Ciaccio here. Hope everybody had a fantastic Easter. Let's talk about when a client receives a mailer for them to buy life insurance right then and there by mail. You're going to have Physicians Mutual, MetLife, you're going to have some from AIG, you're going to have some from New York Life, Globe, AARP. All depends on the area that you live in, depends on what area they target that's most popular in your area. When somebody gets something by mail, for them it's kind of easy just to do it. You don't run across it all the time, yet it seems to be when you run across one today, you happen to see one in a couple days and a couple next week. And a lot of times people buy it because it's something that they do want and they do need. And the most ironic part is that they send you a card, they buy it, you get upset. Now, my thought process is that I am not going to get upset because they see the value of buying life insurance. What they did not read was all the fine print, providing they're in good health. Everything that comes by mail, here, let me strike that word, everything. 90% of the stuff that comes in the mail has no questions to be asked. So when there's not a question on the application on a piece mailed to the home, that is what we call guaranteed issue. It can be labeled modified, it can be labeled return of premium, it can be labeled anything, yet you know they're not going to get immediate benefits. There's a small majority that have questions, usually 3 to 4 questions, and those there can give you immediate benefits provided they answer the questions correctly and there's no hit on the MIB or their RX. So this is the way I sit and I program my mind. I actually want them to buy something by mail because now I don't have to sell them on the reason why they should buy it. They've already made that decision. So when somebody says that they just bought something, the first thing I say in my mind is, damn. Yet what I say to them is, congratulations, I'm very happy you took that step forward to do this here. Most people I deal with do not do it by mail. They rather have an agent, as myself, that is certified in the state of Florida to give you the best options for you. I will then go on to ask them, how long ago did you get it? 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Do you know the name of the company you bought it with? Sometimes, most of the time they say no. Ask them, please show me the policy so I can see or to let you know exactly what you bought. Because a lot of times people buy one thing and they end up getting something else. 75 to 80% of the time the people are going to get up to get it. The other ones are going to sit and say, I gave it to my daughter, or it's in my safe, or it hasn't come in yet, or I don't know where I put it at, or they just shrug their shoulders because they may not have bought something, or they may not want to deal with you. So this is when it comes to you being extremely polite and nice. You're going to have to take a small step backwards and say, okay, they bought something, I just bought a lead, I want to make a sale, I'm almost positive I can get them immediate benefits, provided they answer the questions correctly. What can I do to be overly polite and nice to ask them for it? What I like to do, as we all know, is to start a little bit of a more of a warm-up. Find out what motivated them to fill it out. Do they know the face amount? Do they know their premiums? Were there any health questions on the application? Who they put as the beneficiary? And you're not going to be drilling them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as I just did. You're going to be asking questions, chit-chat, asking questions, chit-chat. And I like to write things down. When I write things down, I feel the person feels that I'm paying more attention to them, which makes them feel that I am doing my job properly. Now, granted, you can remember everything they say. $10,000 premiums are $52.88. In your mind, you say 53. You know they put their daughter Eloise. All you know, it's a daughter. So all these stuff you probably can remember, yet I like to go the extra mile to give them that warm fuzzy feeling that I'm here to help them out. They get up and get the policy for you. The first thing I do is look at the first page, the second page to see what the face amount is, what the premiums are. Then the next thing I do, I go to the back of the policy and look at the application. When I go to the back of the application and I see no health questions, now I know that it was a guaranteed issue and they've got a 2-year waiting period. Now, again, they may be a little hesitant. You just walked in. Now you're going to sit and tell them, oh, you got a 2-year waiting period. I got something better for you. I'm going to ask you to tap those brakes for a second. I'm going to ask you to sit and say, you know something, this had no health questions. Do you have any health issues? No, I don't. Say, okay. Say, I think that I can find something better for you and save you some money. When you hear that word, anybody hears that word, save you money, it kind of makes your ears perk up and say, what if he can save me money to get the same thing? So what you're going to do now is that you're going to bring out your favorite carrier that you like using. Let's say some of you like using American Amicable, Prosperity, Royal Neighbors. You like using Foresters, whoever you like using, bring that application out. I like handing them an application. Well, Joe, it's all done by online stuff. I don't have no applications. Order some or print it off of your computer. Get applications in front of the client to where now they feel they're participating in this decision you're going to help them make. Let them hold it. Let them feel that they've got something. You're going to kind of buzz through the questions: heart attack, stroke, HIV, oxygen, retinopathy, all of these things you're going to go down, and hopefully they say no to everything. I assume that you're a non-smoker. Yes, I am. I see your birthday is on the 12th of the month. Did you set it up to where it comes out on the second Wednesday when your check comes in? No, I just set it to come out on the, whenever. Now you got some ammunition you can use. You've told them nothing about the 2-year waiting period. So what I'm going to tell you is to get your highlighter out, get the application, and start looking on how the benefits are paid. They'll normally sit and say there is a 24-month period where you only get back 100% of your premiums plus 10%. It'll actually, most of the time, say they're going to get accidental benefits starting day 1. When you see that there's a 24-month waiting period or a 2-year waiting period, however they word it, I'm going to recommend you to get your highlighter out and ask them, may I highlight something on this policy to where you can review it? I've never had a person tell me no. No. You highlight, there's a 2-year waiting period, 4-month waiting period, premiums back plus 10% for that period of time. And you're going to tell them, are you aware how this policy works? Yes. You do not want to embarrass them, because if you embarrass them to make them feel they made a bad decision, it's going to hurt your chances of flipping that policy and have them getting one with you. Do you know this policy works? Yes, I do. You see it's for $10,000. Your premiums are $52.19. You have it set up to come out date of issue. Here is the fine print. I'd like for you to read this here, and then from here we can discuss this here. They're going to read it and they're going to ask you, what does this mean? Oh, I didn't know there was a waiting period. You're going to sit back and say, a lot of people are in your same situation. Years ago, before I got in the insurance business, I bought one just like it, not realizing that there was a waiting period. Don't want to make them feel bad. I'm not saying every time you should tell them you bought one, yet depends on your age. If you're an older folks, you may want to say I did the same thing, not realizing that there was a waiting period. So they feel that they did not make a dumb mistake. It's something they just overlooked. See, now when you see this here, how there's a 2-year waiting period, do you know what that means? Most of the time they're going to tell you yes. Yet, they're going to tell you yes because they may not know they may be embarrassed to tell you, I don't know the reason why that is there. You're going to tell them, great, since you understand, there's no need for me to explain it to you. Yet the hardest part about it is that God forbid something happens to you and your kids get this policy, they're going to look at it and they're going to get all excited that you have a policy, yet all it's going to pay them, as you know, is your premiums plus 10% interest. Is that something you were looking for? No, I was not. No, I didn't realize it was that way there. Oh, somebody had told me something, but I really wasn't sure. I looked and I didn't see it. I said, no problem, I totally understand. What if I was to design you a plan that will get your daughter, I use the name Eloise, and your son Anthony, immediate benefits, so in the case, God forbid, something happens to you next month, 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Christmas time. Won't that make you feel a little bit better? Won't that give you a little bit of a fuzzy feeling in your stomach that you are doing what you set out to do? What we're going to do is we're going to kind of like change train tracks. We're going to put you in the same type of program, yet one that's got more bells and whistles to it. So if you pass away, when you pass away, your kids are going to get that full amount of money. And you're nodding your head every time. You want them to start nodding their head with you. Nod, 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 because hopefully that's going to be a yes when they say yes, let's go over it. Now, when you sit and look at their age, if their birthday was a month ago and they got the policy 3 months ago, it's going to be at their old age. So you need to tell them right then and there, these programs are set on your age, your medical history, and whether you're a smoker or not a smoker. So the prices may be a little bit different. Don't say higher, don't say lower. Price may be a little bit different. Yet what we're going to put you into is a Cadillac plan. We're going to get you into a very much better plan that's going to give you more bells and whistles than what this one has. If you guys like Foresters, you guys like Rural Neighbors, now's the time to go over the member benefits of what they're going to get. The free will, all the things they're going to get. I like to have a copy of that to show it to them, hand it to them to where they can look at it. Now you're going to do the pricing. And let's sit and say your price comes in $3 higher. $3 higher. And it could. Most of the time it doesn't. Let's say it does. What you're going to do is that whatever that difference in price is, you're going to divide it by 30 days in 1 month. Okay? So if you get 30 days in a month, divided by the $3 difference, that's going to be a dime a day more. Okay? So you're going to tell them, here are the prices here. This one here for the one you have is 51 and change. This one's going to be 53.92. It's going to be a dime a day more to give you peace of mind that if something happens to you, 4th of July, New Year's, Christmas, whatever holidays coming up, your kids are going to get immediate benefits. So God forbid that day comes sooner than later. When they look at it, first of all, they're going to call me. I'm going to take care of everything for them. If they don't have a place where you want to be cremated or you want to be buried, I've got folks I've been doing business with for a long period of time. I can direct your children where to go. I will be able to do all the paperwork for them. I will hand deliver them the check, which makes life a lot easier for a child that loses a parent, because it's traumatic. When a child loses a parent, their mind's not screwed on right, they're a little bit nervous, they're upset, they're very traumatized. That's the benefit of doing business with me. I've been doing this for over 25 years. You're building value, more value, if you do Rural Neighbors and Foresters or whoever carrier you choose to do, you're building value on you. So they are hearing that you're going to take care of your children, of their children, when that sad day comes. Now, let's sit and say it comes back $3 less expensive. $3 less. And you're going, man, that was kind of high price. So now here's your chance to show them the same one for $10,000 for the like $3 less. Or what you can do is tap those brakes, pull yourself back and say, you know something? Due to the rising cost of funerals, and we have no idea when this sad day is going to come, What if I was to put you into a program that cost you $1 a month more, yet you're going to pick up another $1,000 worth of coverage to pay for any unknown expenses that your children may have? You go, really? So yeah, that's just pennies a day. Is going to get you an extra $1,000. All we're going to do is cancel this one here. Excuse me. All we're going to do is set this one up. Once I get you approved today on my computer, and I'm going to show you approved, what we're going to do then is that we're going to call the other company up and we're going to cancel the policy. How's that sound? I like that, Joe. I like that. Now, let's give you another scenario. Let's say the person bought a policy by mail 4 or 5 years ago, okay? And their health is still good, and they had a waiting period, but it was done by mail. Now, let's say the client is telling you how they can't afford much. They're on a budget, they're a very tight budget, they need some money, and there are policies you could buy by mail that will have a guaranteed issue, and there's going to come a time where they want to rebuy something and their premium is going to be a little bit higher, but yet they've got $500 or $1,000 worth of cash value in there. Now you got to take an overall look at this here, because you and I both know they got now the 2-year incontestability process they got to go through. If a client is telling you they're having financial problems, they want insurance, yet they need money because they really can't afford to pay for it, because gasoline's gone up, a loaf of bread's gone up, a pound of chicken's gone up. So you may sit and say, well, what can I do if they were to trade this policy in, get $500 or $1,000, I roll them into a brand new one, okay, where they're paying maybe a couple, $3, maybe even $5 a month more. If you don't consider that, the person that comes in behind you may. The worst case scenario is they say no. That's the worst thing that can happen. So, but you've got to make a decision on your own. Is the person in good health? Whenever I replace a policy, I tend to ask a whole lot more questions. What's happened to you in the last 5 years? What medications were you on that you're not on now? All those things. I got to have that fuzzy feeling here that if I do switch somebody, I'm doing the right thing for them. I don't want to come back and bite me in the butt. Now, all those scenarios can happen to you. Remember, when somebody buys something by mail, they see the value, they see the need, and it's something that they wanted. Either somebody just passed away recently, or they just woke up that day and they said, I'm going to do it, because I've seen it come in the mail, 30, 40 times. When they have bought something, slow things down, tap those brakes, ask them for the policy. 75 to 80% of the time, they're going to get it for you. You want to review it for them to make sure the address is correct, the social security is correct, their date of birth is correct. Because if that's not correct, it's going to take longer to get their beneficiaries paid out. These are little things you want to put a doubt in their mind that it may have been done incorrectly. You get that policy to do it. Now, before I close, you will come across some people who will tell you, I don't want to change. And you're looking at them and say, well, you're in great health. It's going to cost you $1 less. I'm here now. Why don't you want to change? So after all these years of doing this here, I've come to the conclusion that some people do not like change. They did it, I did it, and I don't want to lose those 3 or 4 months that I paid in. That's why I don't want to switch. Or they'll sit and say, I'm kind of content where I'm at. A friend of mine told me this is a great company, and they know they have a 2-year waiting period. So to certain people, you're not going to be able to switch, which I hate saying that. Oh, my God, it drives me crazy when somebody does it. Yet it happens. All you can do is be nice and polite, and then as I put all my stuff away, my books away, is loaded into my briefcase, everything is done, they feel that I'm ready to get up and walk out. Everybody's heard of the doorknob close. Doorknob close. Right when you get in the door, You can open a door. You know, I've been doing this for 25 years. And can I ask you the real reason why you did not want to change from a waiting period to an immediate benefit program? 50% of the time they're going to tell you. And when they do, you go even slower to get them back into your web for them to switch. A lot of times they didn't say the truth to you about their health. They may have forgot to tell you about some medication they're on. They may have been declined somewhere before. You don't know. Yet you do not leave that house until you've done everything you can, being polite, being courteous, being humble, being congenial, having a lot of compassion, because that person there is a buyer. When you get a lead and you go to somebody's house, that's an opportunity to make a sale. When somebody buys something, they believe it, they know it, they bought it, they gave the checking account information, they gave them everything. Social Security data, they gave them every single thing. Your job is to very slowly pull that policy away from them and put them in your policy. Okay guys, hit them hard today. Wrap it up. Take your time. Go slow. Do not tell them they have a waiting period. Highlight it and show them, and I know you'll make more sales. Thank you guys. Make it a great day. We'll talk soon. If you need anything, give us a call. Bye-bye.